Okay, so today we're going to talk about the After Train Advanced. We'll get back onto talking about supplements again. Now, back in the day, we used to train and we used to have an isolate. Now, isolate's very good because it's straight in the system, like pre-digested. Mixes very easy. Normally when you get an isolate, it mixes more like a juice, more like a thick shake, which after training is ideal because you don't really want a thick chocolate milkshake after training. You'd rather have something like a juice. It's a lot easier to drink. So it's very quick to be digested, very easy on the body. So obviously it's been isolated from whey, so you've got like the gluten taken out, the lactose, all that type of stuff is not present. So for some people that sort of have an intolerance and that, they're much better off with an isolate anyway. But after training, definitely the isolate. But then what we'd do is we'd mix carbs with that to replace glycogen, which we've lost during the training. That drives the aminos into the muscle. So we put the two together. Now I used to always have a 50-50, so I'd sort of have about 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, as where most recovery drinks are sort of like either a 3-to-1 ratio, but I found I just used to go 50-50. 50 grams of protein, just a little bit more than I'd normally have, because I normally have about 30 to 40 grams of protein per serving. So 50 grams of protein, isolate, 50 grams of carbs. Now we've gone through all the different carb sources. And one of them obviously being maltodextrin, which I find is fine. It's very quick, straight in the system, don't have any problems with that at all. But then they brought out one called Fatago, which is very good, excellent carbohydrate, straight in the system, you can feel it straight away, replaces glycogen almost immediately. And now there's one called cyclodextrin, which is a cluster dextrin, which is a superior carbohydrate, prolonged energy release, gets in the system quick. But you know what, they all work. I mean, I've tried them all, and to be honest with you, even the maltodextrin being a cheaper carbohydrate works just as well. So we put the two together. With that, we'd normally put some glutamine. Glutamine's very good. It helps to prevent muscle loss, good for the immune system. And then with that also we'd put creatine, of which we'd have before and after training. So putting the creatine in after training as well. But obviously it was costing a lot of money putting all these together. So obviously, it would be ideal to get it all in one. And that's where the After Train Advanced comes in, because this here has it all in one. So we have the cyclodextrin, we have the isolate, we have the creatine, we have the glutamine. It has a full 5 grams of creatine and a full 5 grams of glutamine. And for every scoop, like you're getting you're getting a 50-50 ratio, you're getting like 25 grams of carbs and 25 grams of protein, so you can double up on that to get the 50. It mixes very light, so it's very easy to drink, and the flavours are excellent. Now, so it's not something new, I've always done it, it's just that this one has now got it all in one. You don't have to worry about it, you don't have to think about it, you just put it in, it's job done. And you'll instantly find that when you've been taking this, recovery is faster, quicker. Definitely for muscle growth, a lot of people leave the gym, they don't put that post-workout in. The body's obviously can be in itself cannibalizing itself to try and get the protein, etc., and that is gasping for nutrients, and if it doesn't get them, obviously it's going to struggle to recover and grow. So that's where the after train comes into play. You train, you put your after training, that's covered. It sort of bridges the gap between meals as well, because normally I don't eat an hour or two before training, certainly on legs. So then you're going to train for an hour or so, and then, if you're not going to have your post-workout and you're going to wait until you're able to eat, you can potentially go hours with not eating. I don't really like that. I like to sort of eat about an hour, 2 hours before training. I train, then I have the after train, and then I've got time then to go home and, have a bath, relax, etc. And then when I feel like it, I can then eat. So it's good. It bridges the gap between meals, because it is basically a meal replacement. It's just that it's very fast in the system. That's the difference. So for instance, if we trained, you wouldn't really want chicken and rice. One, it'd be very difficult to eat straight after training something like legs. You'd probably feel sick. But not just that, it would take time to get digested, as where this is going to be much faster. So that's the benefits of the after train. People say to me, we can't have it while we're dieting because it's got carbs in it, and I'm like, you're still having carbs when you're dieting. And I know a lot of people that actually didn't have so many carbs through the day because they used to basically have it straight after training. So they'd save their carbs up, their allowance up, so they could have it after training. Because if there's ever a time to put carbs in, it would be after training. So, having it just in the off season is crazy, because obviously we are still having carbs when we're dieting. And like I said, carbs after training, it's you're not really going to convert that to fat. It's only going to be replacing the glycogen you've lost during the training session. So recovery is very, very important. Maintenance of muscle is very important, and I think that this definitely does that. Since I've been having this, I think I've maintained more muscle. If anything, I've definitely built muscle while dieting. I've recovered a lot better. I'm able to train more. I've been training twice a day. I don't have any problems as far as struggling to recover in time for the next workout. I've been training legs 2 to 3 times a week. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great. It's definitely doing the job, and I think it's worth a go. I think people that try it, once they've tried it, afterwards, they're going to say, look, I think we should, keep on with it, because you can tell the difference between taking it and not taking it, definitely. So that's the after train advanced. There is also an after train, not the advanced, just the original one. And the only difference between that is it's got slightly less glutamine in it and slightly less creatine in it. And it's got multidextrin rather than cyclodextrin. So some people don't like the multidextrin for some reason. They think it's a cheap filler and they don't like it. So to be honest with you, it does the job, but we bought the advanced one out because obviously we felt like some people wanted to ramp things up a little bit more glutamine, a little bit more creatine, and a more advanced carbohydrate in there, and a top quality isolate. So you ain't going to beat it for ingredients, to be honest with you. So definitely worth a go. Also, the original after training is just as good. It works just as well. In fact, that mixes more like a juice because of the carbohydrate change. The multidextrin does seem to mix a little bit better than the cyclodextrin, but even so, this still mixes incredibly good. So worth giving them both a go. The original one comes in a 1 kilo, this comes in a 2 kilo. You've got 4 flavours in the original after train. You've got 3 flavours in this advanced one. Strawberry, lime, orange and mango, and we've got like this blue candy. It's very sweet because obviously the carbs that are in there, which is nice when you're dieting, to be honest with you. I like to have that. I look forward to this drink after train. You have it cold with ice. It's amazing. Certainly in the summer. So, yeah, give it a go. You can get this online, uksnc.co.uk. And, yeah, give it a go and see what you think. And give me your feedback. And I'll speak to you soon.